But our top story tonight, you and I, citizens of this country, hopefully tax-paying citizens of this country, find increasingly the abuse of power by those who are supposed to serve us, not rule us. But what happens when even bureaucrats are targeted by netas? Abuse of power. Two incidents, one in Odisha, the other in Himachal Pradesh over the last 48 hours have exposed what can only be described as sheer gundaism by netas. In BJP-ruled Odisha, the additional commissioner of Bhubaneswar Municipal Corporation was assaulted by a BJP corporator and his supporters allegedly acting on the behalf of a local BJP leader. The police have arrested 3 people now, including the corporator. In Himachal Pradesh, a National Highways Authority of India official was assaulted in the presence of the State Minister Anirudh Singh. On Monday, NHAI officer Achal Jindal and his associate had gone to inspect a building that collapsed. The minister was present there. The two had an argument. Next thing you know is Anirudh Singh and his associates took the officer into a secluded room and assaulted him. In both cases, officers are demanding justice. Arrests have been made, FIRs have been filed. But will this stop the impunity? That's right. And joining me now is a very special guest, Bibhuti Bhushan Jaina is Transport Minister Odisha. बहुत शुक्रिया जैना जी हमसे बात करने के लिए। ये बताइए, मैं अभी वो सीन्स टीवी पर एक बार फिर दिखाऊंगा जिस तरह से एक बड़े अफसर को, एक एडिशनल कमिश्नर लेवल ऑफिसर को, म्युनिसिपल ऑफिसर को जिस तरह से मारा पीटा गया, वो भी उनके ऑफिस में, और वो भी लोगों ने जो बीजेपी के एक लीडर से जुड़े हुए हैं भुवनेश्वर में। क्या कहेंगे, क्या आप मानते हैं ये बहुत ही शर्मनाक है?
ये निश्चित रूप से ये शर्मनाक की बात है, लेकिन ये निंदनीय है। ये ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए। कोई अगर अफसर काम नहीं करता है तो उनसे पूछताछ करने उनका पास जाएंगे, उनको भी बुलाइए, ये काम भी सुलझा सकते हैं हम। लेकिन इसी तरह मारपीट होना और सरेआम ये ठीक नहीं है, ये निश्चित रूप से ठीक नहीं है।
आप कह रहे हैं ठीक नहीं है, लेकिन जो कैंडिडेट है, जो बीजेपी का कैंडिडेट है, जो पिछले चुनाव में हारा था, जगन्नाथ प्रधान, ये उनके आदमी थे, जिसमें एक कॉर्पोरेटर भी बीजेपी का था। किसी ने उस प्रधान जी को अरेस्ट नहीं किया है जो इसके पीछे है। क्यों नहीं टच कर रहे, जिसे कहते हैं जग्गू दादा, वहां क्यों नहीं टच किया उसको?
जी, ये तो हम नहीं बता सकते हैं कि ये जगन्नाथ प्रधान ये इससे पीछे है। लेकिन देखिए, हर लोग नाम ले सकते हैं, विरोधी भी बता सकते हैं, लेकिन मैं जो भी हो, ये चाहे जगन्नाथ प्रधान को, चाहे कोई मिनिस्टर का भी लोग हो, क्यों ना हो, लेकिन ये काम नहीं होना चाहिए। और तो सरकार की ओर से तो कार्रवाई हुई है।
नहीं, कार्रवाई हुई है सर, कार्रवाई हुई है, लेकिन जो जीवन राउत जो कॉर्पोरेटर था, जो ये मारपीट में शामिल था, उसने कहा कि ये अफसर जो है उन्होंने बीजेपी नेता जगन्नाथ प्रधान को इंसल्ट किया, इसलिए हमने किया। ये क्या बात हुई? किसी नेता को इंसल्ट करना यानी उससे हाथापाई होगी? अभी ऐसे कैसे चलेगा सर शासन?
जी राजीव जी, ये हाथापाई जो हुआ ये तो निंदनीय है। हम सभी लोग सरकार की ओर से, हम भी और माननीय मुख्यमंत्री भी निंदा करते हैं और कार्रवाई भी हुआ है।
प्रधान जी को अरेस्ट क्यों नहीं किया गया है? प्रधान जी जो इसके पीछे जिसका नाम आ रहा है, उनको अरेस्ट क्यों नहीं किया गया?
इंक्वायरी चल रहा है, कोई बता दे किसी का नाम, कोई बता दे, कोई हमारा नाम भी कोई नहीं बता सके तो बता दे, तो मुझे क्या अरेस्ट होना पड़ेगा क्या? ऐसे नहीं है, लेकिन इंक्वायरी चल रहा है। और जो आपने बताया, कॉर्पोरेटर ने ऐसे बताया, ये भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन का बात है, तदंतर चल रहा है। अगर ये सही निकला तो अरेस्ट ही होंगे, निश्चित अरेस्ट होंगे।
सर मुझे ये बताइए कि ये गुंडागर्दी की ये ताकत कहाँ से आती है? उनको लगता है कोई उनको टच नहीं कर सकता है, इसी वजह से कुछ नेता समझते हैं कि वो दे आर अबव द लॉ, वो कानून के ऊपर भी है।
नहीं, ऐसे नहीं है, कोई कानून का ऊपर नहीं है। कानून हर के लिए एक ही है, कानून से कोई बड़ा नहीं है।
सर मैं इसलिए पूछ रहा हूं क्योंकि नवीन पटनायक जो पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री थे, उन्होंने ये मामला उठाया है। उन्होंने कहा अपने राजनीतिक जीवन में मैंने कभी ऐसा कुछ नहीं देखा है, ये सबसे बड़ी शर्मनाक चीज है ओडिशा में। क्या कहेंगे आप नवीन बाबू को?
राजीव जी, मैंने देख रहा था, नवीन बाबू का स्टेटमेंट भी पढ़ रहा था। नवीन बाबू बता रहे थे ये हाथ है, जगन्नाथ प्रधान का हाथ है, ऐसे बता रहे थे। और मुख्यमंत्री जी को भी रिक्वेस्ट किए हैं ये कार्रवाई करने के लिए, लेकिन तो तदंतर चल रहा है। माननीय मुख्यमंत्री ने निर्देश दिया है, कड़ा निर्देश दिया है कि सही ढंग से इंक्वायरी हो और सही आसामी को गिरफ्तार हो।
सर लेकिन क्या वजह है, आप राजनीति में हैं, क्या राजनीतिक लोग जो है अपने आप को इतना बड़ा समझने लगे हैं कि इस तरह से अगर अगर ये
बिल्कुल,
अगर
बिल्कुल
आप
नहीं, बिल्कुल,
कमिश्नर
बिल्कुल।
के साथ ऐसा बर्ताव करेंगे तो आम आदमी पार्टी का क्या, आम आदमी का क्या होगा सर?
नहीं नहीं, हमारे लिए आम आदमी जो है, नेता भी है, जो भी अफसर भी एक ही है। किसी का ऊपर हाथापाई, किसी का ऊपर कोई ऐसी तरह शर्मनाक कार्यानुष्ठान हो, कोई मारपीट हो, तो ये तो गणतांत्रिक, ये सभी समाज में एकदम निंदनीय है। लेकिन हम जो काल में देख रहा था, जिसी तरह कोई ऐसे मारपीट का मैंने एकदम सब टीवी से भी मैं सीन देख रहा था। ऐसे हुआ है, कोई भी मना नहीं कर सकते। और हमारा सरकार की ओर से कार्रवाई इतने तुरंत हुआ।
तो आप क्या आप आश्वासन दे सकते हैं कि जितने भी लोग इसमें शामिल हो उनको बख्शा नहीं जाएगा, उनको छोड़ा नहीं जाएगा?
निश्चित रूप से जो भी शामिल हो, कोई भी, जितने बड़ा भी, जितने प्रभावी व्यक्ति भी हो, किसी को छोड़ा नहीं जाएगा।
मेरा आखिरी Okay, let's turn now from there to some breaking news coming in. No leadership change in Karnataka for now. That's the big political story of the day. Siddaramaiah will remain the Karnataka Chief Minister for now. Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister BK Shivkumar has made a big statement. I don't want the Chief Minister's post. My focus is on bringing the Congress back to power in 2028. This comes on a day when the Congress General Secretary Rajdeep was in Bengaluru and consulted all the MLAs, spoke to all of them. And at the end of the day, you had images of BK Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah together suggesting all is well. But is all really well? Joining me now is the man who's at the center of it all. Our newsmaker tonight is BK Shivkumar, Karnataka's Deputy Chief Minister. Appreciate you joining us, Mr. Shivkumar. Are we now to understand that Mr. Siddaramaiah will be Chief Minister till 2028, till the next election? Or is this a temporary truce between you and him?
See, we have been working together. The people of Karnataka has given us opportunity to serve them. We have implemented whatever we have promised. Their entire country is looking at. The confidence restored by the people of this state is very much important. So the party has decided who has to be the Chief Minister, and the party will take a call. That is what we are working together. Siddaramaiah is our leader, he is my Chief Minister, I am his deputy. We all are working together.
You are saying
Mr.
party...
Surjewala has come to see the organization.
Yes.
See, I am telling you, Mr. Surjewala has come to make, see now, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge had announced that this year will be the year of organization. So we are changing all the organization structure. The DCC, the blocks who have been there for a very long time and a new setup, they want to give more power to the DCCs. That process is going on. So he is taking suggestions from all the legislators who has to be, who is to lead, whether the DCCs should fight the election or work for the party. All these things have been discussed, and we are just planning for 100 Congress party, Congress officers. In that currently he is just discussing.
The reason I'm asking you this is because there were reports ever since, in fact, you all won the election 2 years ago, that you and Mr. Siddaramaiah will share the term 2.5 years. Siddaramaiah, 2.5 years, BK Shivkumar. The 2.5 years ends in November. And there's been speculation that you will take over from him. Now, is this therefore, that's why I asked you, is it a temporary truce? Or is a decision been taken that Siddaramaiah ji will continue for the entire term?
I don't want to discuss anything as that. Yesterday, my president, the ICC president, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge has commented on the issue. When he has commented, I am no one to comment on that issue. Whatever the party take a stand, we stand by it. Whether it is 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, or next 5 years, we have been going by the party high command. I am a disciplined soldier of the party. I will go by my party high command, whatever they tell.
So
my job is to bring 2028 back to power in Karnataka.
You're saying your job is to bring the Congress back to power in 2028, but one of your close associates, Mr. Hussain, an MLA today from Ramnagara, said that more than 100 MLAs will support BK Shivkumar. Shivkumar ji should be made Chief Minister now. You have sent a disciplinary notice to him. I mean, am I to understand that you have been told that you should not encourage your supporters to ask for leadership change?
No, I don't want anyone to ask my this one. It is not the MLA battle, or they may like, they doesn't dislike. It is not anyone's choice. The decision has been already left to the High Command. High Command will take a decision whenever they want, if it is needed. Otherwise, we will all work together. There is no, I am not in a hurry for anything now.
But why are so many ministers speaking out? We had B.R. Patil, one of your MLAs, speaking. So many MLAs, ministers are speaking out against your government. It seems as if the Congress in Karnataka is a house divided, two camps, Shivakumar camp, Siddaramaiah camp, and some say possibly in the future even a Mallikarjun Kharge camp.
No, it is all media speculation. There are no camp. There is no Shivakumar camp or Siddaramaiah camp or any camp. There is only one camp, that is the Congress camp.
You are saying there is no Congress camp, but then do you agree? Then why are so many people speaking out of turn? There are people who are questioning the way the government is being run. They are directly targeting Mr. Siddaramaiah's style of functioning. It seems as if you are the party president also. You are not just deputy chief minister. There is no discipline in your party. Everyone is targeting the other side.
No, I just, that is why discipline is very important. That is why Mr. Surjewala is also working out to keep everyone and not to speak anything in public. If they want anything, let they hear their grievances before the party high command. And I am there, Mr. CM is there. We will sort it out their issues.
Sir, you
know,
you all
140 number, we'll sort it out.
You all came to power with a lot of expectations, sir, 2 years ago. And you were party president at the time. Now, would you agree that all these, that this kind of statements which are being made do affect your image? Do you concede that the Karnataka government's image has been affected, Mr. Shivakumar?
No, I don't think that image. Some small desires and dissatisfaction some may have, but it is a very big party with a big history. Sometimes they speak, but everything is under control.
Sir, you are both party president and deputy chief minister, and there's been talk that you may have to give up one of the two posts. Is that also true, or are you leaving that decision also to the high command?
Whatever the party tells, I'll go by that. It is not the day one we brought the party to power. From the day one, I am ready. Whatever they take the decision, I'll go by it. I believe in my party high command.
Who is the high, when you say high command, is it the Gandhi family? Is it Mallikarjun Kharge? He's the party president. He's also from Karnataka. Is Mallikarjun Kharge the high command, or is Sonia and Rahul Gandhi? Sonia Gandhi claims that she's not involved in day-to-day politics. So who is it? Rahul Gandhi, who is this high command?
My party high command is my party All India Congress Committee President, my General Secretaries, my former AICC Presidents, all of them will sit and unitedly they will work and take a decision. It is not an individual decision when no one takes in my party. They all collectively sits, our General Secretary, Administration, all of them sit. There are about half a dozen of the leaders are there, they will take a call.
How do you respond, sir, to the BJP which says that this government in Karnataka is living on day-to-day, month-to-month oxygen? This government in Karnataka will not last because of the infighting and factionalism. What will you say? The BJP is very gleeful. They are saying this has become a corrupt government, and this corruption will eventually bring the downfall of this government.
See, the BJP has given us more oxygen. Their administration, their rule, their infighting is in the sky. At least we are on the ground, they are on the sky. The infighting going on in the BJP. You know how things are going on in the BJP better than me.
Sir, but they are saying you call them a 40% Sarkara, they are calling you a 60% Sarkara. They are saying you attacked us, saying that a pay CM attacked the Bomai government. Now they are attacking you and saying your government is taking money, you all are the corrupt government.
There is nothing there to prove. Politically, they are charging. We have proved there whatever they have done, and the people have accepted whatever we have said in the state of Karnataka.
In conclusion, I will ask you, sir, there is a belief that post-September things could start happening in Karnataka. As I said, 2.5 years, 2.5 years. Your supporters have been saying this, sir, whether you like it or not, that BK Shivkumar, after 2.5 years, should become the chief minister. That was a deal that was agreed to apparently in May of 2023. I want clarity once and for all. Was there such a deal, and will there be an attempt in October, November to effect a leadership change?
See, we are not bothered about whatever my followers are this. I don't have any followers. The Congress party is one. I don't want anyone to support. The party will take a decision whenever the party seems fit for what to, because we want 28 to come to power. We are working. Siddaramaiah is my chief minister. Whenever he is there, I have to be work and we'll work together. There is no question of any changes as of now.
So the hint that Mr. Kharge had given yesterday, there could be a leadership change. You are saying that is all speculation. You are saying you and Siddaramaiah will work together.
Of course, whatever Kharge has said also, with lot of experience, he knows the entire situation. He will, whatever direction he will give, we all will abide by it and we'll work together.
DK Shivkumar, I know you've had a very long day and yet you've come on the show. In conclusion, DK Shivkumar, whenever I talk to you somewhere, I mean, as a long-standing congressman, you have an ambition to become chief minister. Don't deny it. Don't say that you don't want to be. You believe that you work just as hard as anyone else. True or not? Your smile is saying it all. Your smile is saying it all.
We will discuss later. Anyway, let us see that we come back with a better number.
That is in
We'll come back
2028.
with a better number. Thank you.
2028. Okay, I'll leave it there. DK Shivkumar, I think the smile said it all. Who knows what tomorrow brings? Zindagi ek safar hai suhana, yahan kal kya ho kisne jana. Who knows what tomorrow brings?
In Panipat, I said your TV that we are coming out with 136. I hope you remember.
Yes, you are absolutely right in 2023. So that's why I asked you, will there be another chief minister in 2026?
We will meet later. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, there you have DK Shivkumar clarifying and claiming that he is fully with Mr. Siddaramaiah and the Congress leadership, whatever decision they take. This is where you get all these exclusive news breaks. The Congress party, at least for the moment, seems to have doused the fires in Karnataka. Let me now return to that story where I started off, which is the abuse of power. Two incidents, one in Odisha, the other in Himachal Pradesh, exposing the gundaism by netas towards bureaucrats. As I pointed out, Odisha's additional commissioner of Bhubaneswar Municipal Corporation brutally assaulted by a BJP corporator and his supporters. Arrests have been made in that case. And then today in Himachal Pradesh, an NHAI official was assaulted in the presence of a Congress state minister, Anirudh Singh. Terrible, both of those incidents, a real shame that happened in both these cases. Is this Netagiri or Gundagardi? Has politics become a license for Gundaism? Who will stop this abuse of power? Let's get a quick takeaway from Raghav Chadra, former chairman NHAI, former IAS officer. T.R. Raghunandan is also former IAS officer. I want to get these two IAS officers to tell me how they view what has been happening. First to you, Raghav Chadra, because you saw that NHAI official who was very badly beaten up, allegedly by people close to the minister in Himachal. How do you respond as a former chairman of the NHAI, sir?
It's absolutely reprehensible, condemnable, quite inexplicable, totally unjustifiable, and I feel that it is absolutely, not expected of a politician or anybody in authority to behave like that with a civil servant, with a public servant who's only doing his duty, because this sets off the wrong, creates distrust. It spoils the morale of not only that individual, but of everybody around. And most importantly, it should be treated as a criminal event rather than just an exercise of public duty by the political authority. So the law should take its turn. there are serious legal channels by which redress can be found by anybody who's aggrieved by an officer. In this case, there is no clear reason why the political minister should have been aggrieved by any action of this officer. He's just a young man with 7 or 8 years of service, recruited to the Union Public Service Commission as an All India Engineering Service officer. He has high expectations of being able to do his duty diligently, honestly, and fairly. And the National Highways is doing a lot of important work in Himachal Pradesh. I'm told they're doing something like 20 projects worth about 25,000 crores. And clearly, this should not have happened. Happy to say that Gadkari ji, the minister, has written a very comprehensive letter to the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, where he has very clearly pointed out that if protection and support cannot be given to civil servants who are doing their duty, then the state will lose the support of the government of India to complete the projects in the state. And I think that should be how it should be. It should be dealt with as a criminal event on the one hand, and seriously and strictly.
So the minister should be criminally prosecuted. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, very, very strong words there. T.R. Raghunandan, you know, where are these politicians getting the impunity? It's generally their supporters doing it. We saw this in Odisha yesterday. We've seen it in Himachal Pradesh now. Is it the belief that because they are proximate to power, they can get away with anything else? Where do you think they get the impunity to target an additional commissioner and beat him up in this manner, or indeed an NHAI official?
The impunity comes from the behavior of higher level politicians. Unfortunately, over the past decade or so, we've seen higher level politicians dog whistling, indulging in unacceptable behavior, saying some terribly provocative things, and the media has highlighted it further. So, what has happened is that there is a lot of voyeurism now. The people of India seem to be quite enjoying this kind of public display of violence, and it's become so much that every day people look forward to the next violent event, which they can gloat over or shall I say enjoy on their TV screens. I mean, the way that our higher level politicians have encouraged troll armies, IT cells heaping abuse, rape threats, uh, lynching and things like that. And now what is happening is that this is spilt over, and the
So
administration is.
you're saying something very important. You're saying there is a normalization that has taken place where people believe they can get away with it.
Absolutely. And even to some extent, though, my heart goes out to this particular officer who is sadly the helpless victim of this kind of a trend. But even the administration, some of the things that the administration have said and done are totally unacceptable in a civilized society. Things like bulldozer justice. I mean, have you ever heard of these terms a decade back? No, we never did. The point is that the rule of law has broken down completely. This kind of alpha male macho behavior on behalf of many people. You see, it's not merely that an attack has happened. There are people actually recording this, and it's another thing that you got this to put it on TV. But I'm sure this has already been circulated on social media, and people are counting the hits they are getting on their sites. Violence has
Right.
become a paying business on social media.
Absolutely. You're making very well. Both these officers, I hope everyone out there is listening. These are very strong points being made by two senior IAS officers, because this impunity must stop. Raghav Chandra, you see, the worry, of course, is that at the end of the day, because the politicians control the system, the bureaucrat is beholden to the politician. And therefore, even if he tries to in some way raise his voice, he will have few options. At best, he'll get transferred instantly. Do you believe that, therefore, there's a complete asymmetry in power between the top politician and an NHAI official, or indeed an additional commissioner of police, additional municipal commissioner?
Even if there is an asymmetry of power, which there is, the rule of law does not permit assault or anything like this, where people abrogate and indulge in anything as criminal as assaulting an official. And so therefore this should be dealt with at the level of a criminal case. Action should be taken both politically. That is a separate matter for the political party to establish its credibility by saying that they abide by the rule of law and therefore they are taking action against their respective political people who have indulged in this. But purely from the police point of view, strict action should be taken because this is a criminal matter, and that is the only way that this asymmetry can be bridged, and some amount of reasonableness and some amount of trust can be built in, which is very necessary for a civilized, ethical, progressive society where India is poised to take off in this century. If we are to achieve the economic goals that we've set ourselves for, we must not only be good, but appear to be good.
I want to ask you, Mr. Raghunandan, therefore, in conclusion, why don't IAS officers associations come together, use the might of IAS officers present and past to speak out against politicians? These are the issues where you would expect your collective to speak out in a way that there is a red line that is drawn.
Oh, I am sorry that doesn't happen, Rajdeep. I have been the secretary of an IAS association in the past, and I find that what happens is that IAS officers very often, I mean, there are exceptions, of course, but very often they stop just short of outright condemnation of politicians, and that is because a lot of senior officers are within the zone of consideration for higher level posts, and so they do not want to say anything harsh about politicians lest they lose their career opportunities. I'm very sorry to say this, but the IAS is very competitive, the IAS is very career minded, and sometimes people play strategic games and they do not want to get on the what they believe is a wrong side of politicians, particularly when they are in the zone of consideration for higher posts. And this is extremely sad. I myself have been part of, I mean, I've seen some of these things at close quarters in earlier instances. None of such a terrible nature, but in earlier instances where officers were subjected to injustice, there is often no consensus on an outright condemnation, and there are always people who would like to soft pedal it. I am quite skeptical about IAS associations taking this up in a very big way. They should, but they don't.
I haven't seen two officers engage in such plain speaking in a long time. Maybe when you retire, you have more, you have the space to speak out. I don't say that in any other way, but I really feel that a lot of what you have said should be heard by IAS officers as well as by those in power. At the end of the day, our netas need to change. The lumpenization of politics has gone far enough. These two incidents in Odisha and Himachal Pradesh only highlight the extent of what was once described as what is really seen as a really serious crisis of our political class. I appreciate, therefore, both of you, sirs, joining me. Thank you so much for joining me on this. Who will stop the abuse of power? It must be the quality of the people in power. Thank you both very much for joining me here on the news. Let's raise some big questions. When will police give up this third degree? Remember, the nature of these third degree in this country is supposed to be illegal. So when will the police, who is supposed to be the lawmakers in this country, give up third degree? How do you sensitize a police force? This is not the first such instance that has taken place in Tamil Nadu or indeed in different parts of the country. And I really want to start with that because take a look at some of these figures that you're seeing on your screen today. And those figures will tell you what happens in police custody. Every Indian state, several of the Indian states, let's play that graphic again. States like Gujarat, states like Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh have all seen deaths in police custody. And this is extremely troubling because it is against the basic laws of the land. Now, this has happened in Tamil Nadu. It could happen tomorrow in any other part of the country. This has become a political battle because, of course, it's happening in an election year. But beyond the politics, how are you going to ensure that the police force in this country is sensitized? That's the question that must be asked. These custody deaths that seem to have become almost routine in some parts of the country, 31 deaths in Tamil Nadu alone in 5 years. In 2021, there were 4 deaths. In 2022, there were 11 deaths. In 2023, there was 1 death. And then you had 10 deaths last year, and now you have another one this year. The nationwide figures are also troubling. Remember, again, I repeat, this is completely illegal. 146 deaths was in 2017-18, and it's remained pretty consistent. Even in the COVID years, you had deaths in police custody, all of which leads you to that big question about whether there is any sensitization of our police. Okay, I'm joined at the moment on the phone line by A. Sarvanan. He is spokesperson of the DMK. Mr. Sarvanan, you know, this is extremely troubling, and really, you have been a lawyer yourself. You will accept that this is a huge blot on Tamil Nadu, and I've been showing in those graphics, this is not the first time that this has happened.
Yeah, see, this is a gruesome crime. Nobody can escape that. But look at the swift action taken by the government. There are rotten apples in all the forces, black sheeps, who besmirch the good name earned by their colleagues, by their predecessors, all of them. And the main reason for this is a social media post which went viral, alleging that it is the person who was dead responsible for this jewelry theft. And that is the reason it started this hunt, and nobody can justify. It is a gruesome crime, and all of them have been arrested. And the Chief Minister had reached out to the family of the victims, assured them that they will definitely get justice. See, we had no offers, no words. No words can bring back their son who was dead. But what could be done? The reaction, the response to the crime is swift. Howsoever,
but there seems to be, you're saying that, all that the government can do is the response to the crime. But the larger question, Mr. Sarvanan, is that, as I said earlier, this is not the first such case in Tamil Nadu or indeed the country. How does the police, you've transferred the concerned officers. Is that enough in your view? You've been a lawyer. Do you believe something more needs to be done in terms of ensuring stronger deterrent?
See, Rajdeep, this is not just by transferring just the police officers alone, it's not going to be sufficient. The culprits have been arrested. The higher police official has been suspended, immediate superior has been suspended, and the other man has been shunted out to another post. Now the question is, there has to be sensitization programs, there has to be several other things which has to make the police force humane. See, there is a disturbing trend that has been going on for some time in the state of, at least in the state of Tamil Nadu police. What had happened is that people who have been accused of small crimes, they came with their legs broken or hands broken. This was celebrated. This was jeered upon in the social media. All of them celebrated that the police had given the appropriate treatment for them.
Right.
This has been going on for some time. But now the Madras High Court has pulled up the police department and told them that these things should not happen. See,
you're saying that. Let me go for a moment to Sanjay Sahai, former IPS officer who joins us, because at the end of the day, this is an issue where more than the politicians, it's the police, Mr. Sahai, which is under the scanner. The police is supposed to be our law. They are supposed to ensure that the rule of law is maintained by every citizen. But when the enforcers turn law breakers, what happens? Look at this case. Look at that video. It is shocking beyond belief.
Being a panelist on a discussion of this nature, as being a police officer, I think I can hang my head in shame. That is all I can tell you. But getting back to the question which you have been talking about. So the political class and the police and the bureaucracy in between have been strange bedfellows since quite some time now. So delineating police completely out as an independent entity, I think that is literally taking out the fish out of the water. So what has finally happened is that the police leadership plays ball with the political class. We see in variety of things, but there has to be a limit to which it can be done. And the 24 cases of custodial deaths, which has happened in Tamil Nadu from 21 to 25, I think it gives something sort of a pattern. I presume that most of the deaths would have been accidental or incidental in nature or natural death, but the indications show differently. If you see the nature of injuries on Ajit, I think in the most criminal of the cases also and the worst of the criminals also would not be able to inflict the nature of injuries which has been inflicted on this victim. You see the culpability part of it. This fellow is taken to places which is not covered by CCTVs. Let me remind you, Rajdeep, that in 1996 DK Basu case, the arrest formalities, how it should happen in the country, that was given, and that is the law of the land. It is the law
No,
of the
but
land.
surely
And
police officers, sir, surely police officers know the law of the land. The question is, where do they get the belief that they can
if
get
the
away with this?
if the police officers know law of the land, and I presume that you are right, and I'm very happy to know that. But the point is, if they know the law of the land, from where does this audacity come from?
You tell
And if
me.
you know the law, if you know the law of the land, and still you are ready to break it, at the flimsiest of the orders of powers that be, I think there is something seriously wrong. And if
No,
they
so
break
where
this,
do they get, no, that's my point. Where do they get the audacity from, Mr. Sahai?
from the political class.
Ah, okay, Mr. Sarvanan, you want to respond to what you're hearing? The
Yeah,
police
see,
officer
yeah.
is saying
See,
the audacity comes from the political class, that they can get away with it.
That's what. See, first and foremost, Mr. Sahai was saying that there were 24 cases of custodial death in the state of Tamil Nadu. That is a wrong statistic. There are only 4 custodial deaths, which amounted to murder. Other things were all in the judicial custody. All these things, deaths happen. See, custodial death, yes, but it happened due to natural causes. That was the magisterial report, and 4 were
I
murders.
said it is incidental, natural, or
Yes.
accidental. I would like to believe so.
It is so, sir. It is so. You can believe
And
us.
now
It is so.
you are
It
giving
is
the
so.
detail. I'm not debating on those
Wonderful.
positive
Because
factors.
I have all the details of all
Yeah,
these.
perfectly fine.
24 cases. So not only you, sir, it is being propagated all through the social media that this is the highest number of custodial deaths in any state in the last 4 years. In fact, we have brought down the number of custodial deaths in the last 4 years. Only 4 custodial deaths.
Can I add one more thing?
Please, sir.
Yeah,
Please.
please add.
Has police brutality gone down in last 15, 20 years? I'm not talking of political dispensation. It can be any dispensation. Rajdeep also has seen the world, I think, through a very, very sharp lens and a discerning eye. Can anybody on the ground say that police brutality has gone down? Has third degree been eliminated? Okay, so the crux of the matter is not 24 cases or 13 cases or whatever cases. The crux of the matter is whether police administration has the empathy to run this country in the manner it should be, and completely in a legal manner, and reacts and responds in the manner which a very sophisticated civilized police should do. 1996 DK Basu case directive, it is more as for breaking it, breaking is the norm and following it is an exception. 2006 case, Prakash Singh versus the Union of India. None of these directives. It has been either delayed or defied, and there will be a number of contempt cases which have been followed by Prakash Singh himself. And worst of it all, 2020, where tech is involved, there is a Supreme Court judgment which mandates that there will be cameras at these places. For 18 months, the recording should be there. There should be audit every single day. And if the video footage is not available, it will go against the police. I think you can do an audit, leave aside Tamil
So what?
Nadu.
No. So you're saying, Mr. Sahai, if the police reforms were implemented in toto, that would give the police also greater confidence in their own autonomy, and thereby you believe that that could lead to the police also being more accountable. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So there are primarily 3 things. So one is that there will be delineation from the political class to a substantial degree. It
Number
cannot be
two.
completely.
Number two.
So number 2 is both professionalism and accountability.
Number 3.
Professionalism needs to come. Professionalism and accountability, and whosoever is authority, it can be a state security commission or the government, they will have the guts to take action wherever required.
Okay. I want to ask you,
today,
therefore, Mr. Sarvanan.
objectivity of action is also in question.
Yeah, speaking of action, Mr. Sarvanan, in conclusion, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has decided to transfer the case to CBI. Somewhere
CBI, yes.
that suggests that the Tamil Nadu police leadership may not be able to, does not enjoy the trust that they can solve the case against their own.
No.
Why
No.
then transfer it to CBI?
No. It does not stem from any kind of lack of confidence in the Tamil Nadu force. See, we have arrested a DMK MP on a serious charge. He was inside the prison for 3 years, 3 months. Then the court granted him bail. See, in the state of Tamil Nadu, howsoever high you may be, the law is above you. That is the dictum the Tamil Nadu police is following, and there is, you cannot point out any case where extraneous considerations played a part. This is,
So
I can assure you.
the courts have forced you in many cases to act against your own. You clearly in an election year want to pass the buck to the CBI so that no one accuses your police of protecting its own.
No, Rajdeep, it's not that way. We want to avoid unnecessary politicization. We know the BJP is there, we know the ADMK is there. We don't want them to give fodder. We have done it. See, the second day, the culprits have been arrested. See, they are comparing this with what happened in Satankulam. Benny and the other person was murdered there in the police station. There was inaction for 10 days. The cops were arrested after 10 days after the court intervened. But this is not the situation here. Of course, the courts are passing orders and we have been obeying them. If we are not happy with that, we are taking them an appeal and getting it stayed. That is one aspect of that. But in the state of Tamil Nadu, law and order is not something which we can complain about.
I'm going to leave it there. I've heard you. I've heard Mr. Sahai. It is clear that the police needs to be accountable and the political class needs to ensure that those who are meant to be law enforcers are sent out a firm message whenever there is a brazen abuse of law in this manner where deaths take place in police custody. Simply unacceptable what happened. The young man's life won't be restored, sadly, but what must be is a sense that there is some kind of justice in this country where howsoever high you are, you cannot violate the law of this land. I appreciate Mr. Sahai and Mr. Sarvanan for joining me here on the news today. Let's turn to our Get Real India story. Today we tell you the story of a 100 crore highway project in Bihar that has turned, guess what, into a highway hazard. Why? Because trees are literally growing in the middle of the highway. That's right, trees are literally growing in the middle of the highway. Departments are passing the buck, the contractor went ahead, and now lives are at stake. FIRs have been filed, questions are being asked, nothing seems to change. Take a look at tonight's Get Real India story from Bihar.
This is National Highway 22 in Bihar. After a 100 crore rupee road widening project between Jahanabad and Gaya, the highway now looks like this. 4 lanes wide with dozens of full-grown trees standing tall in the middle.
This is basically happening because of a deadlock between the road construction department and the forest department. Because the road construction department wrote a letter to the forest department asking it to cut these trees, but the forest department in return wanted equal area of land somewhere in Jahanabad. There is no land available here in Jahanabad to be given to the forest department, and that is why there has been a deadlock, and the forest department also till now has not given a NOC for felling of these trees.
Even as the government departments exchanged letters, the contractor went ahead and built the road. With the video of the highway going viral, the district authorities stepped in. In damage control mode, the district administration installed painted drums, sandbags and reflectors around the trees. Needless to say, these Jugaad-style fixes are far from foolproof.
ये पूरी तरह से एजेंसी के द्वारा लापरवाही बरती गई है और जिला प्रशासन के द्वारा FIR भी दर्ज करा दिया गया। अभी तक वन विभाग के द्वारा NOC भी नहीं दिया गया।
तो बराबर जो है कि इस पेड़ के चलते घटना होते रहती है, गाड़ी टकराते रहता है, मोटरसाइकिल वाले टकराते रहते हैं, गिरते रहते हैं। ये पेड़ तो मतलब आखिर इतना सरकार पूंजी लगाए है, अब पेड़ रह ही गया तो इस पूंजी का फायदा क्या हुआ?
The authorities have filed an FIR and ordered investigation against the contractor. With Rohit Kumar Singh, Bureau Report, India Today.
Bizarre beyond belief. A road gets widened without forest clearance. Next thing you know, trees are there in the middle of a highway. Let's turn from there, though, to our good news today story. And I want to end the show, as always, with some good news. In Saharanpur, in Uttar Pradesh, a painter is using his art to change how people see the police. That's right. backed by the local municipality. His wall paintings show the more humane side of those in uniform. So we've had a story on a tragic police custody death in Tamil Nadu. I want to leave you with something more positive. Thanks for watching the news without the noise. Take a look. Good night. Goodbye. Shubhratri. Jai Hind. Namaskar.
At times celebrated, at times villainized. The police often face an image problem. A painter in Saharanpur is now working to free citizens of their fear of police. In an initiative backed by the local municipality, Shahid Hussain is painting walls with pictures that bring out the humane side of the men and women in khaki.
ये पुलिस लाने पेंटिंगें बनाई जा रही हैं। कुछ लोगों की वजह से पुलिस की छवि जो खराब हो गई थी, उस छवि को सुधारने के लिए तो साहब ने ये आदेश दिया है कि सहयोग की भावना वाली पेंटिंगें बनाएं पुलिस लाइन में। और ऐसा होता भी है कि पुलिस बहुत ज्यादा सहयोग होती है, कुछ चंद लोगों की वजह से पुलिस की छवि खराब हो गई है।
The police have welcomed the image makeover attempt.
ये जो पेंटिंग्स है, इसमें अलग अलग जो है पुलिस का रोल दिखाया गया है। एक जगह उनको परेड करते हुए दिखाया गया है, दूसरी जगह उनको जो है आम सिटीजन्स की हेल्प करते हुए दिखाया गया है। तो इससे जो है एक पॉजिटिव संदेश जो है यहाँ पर आने वाले जो आगंतुक है उनमें और जो नए रिक्रूट्स हैं उनके ऊपर पड़ेगा।
Tackling crime sternly but treating citizens with sensitivity. That is the message behind the paintings in support of the police. With Rahul Kumar, Bureau Report, India Today.